Welcome to this deep dive. So, you've requested to take a closer look at Isak Andic,
Yeah.
the founder of Mango, who recently passed away.
Yeah.
And I think his story goes way beyond like the typical rags to riches fashion tale.
Right.
There's just so much to unpack here about his unique approach to building a global brand.
Oh, absolutely. And to really appreciate Andic's impact, we need to kind of put it into context. Like where does Mango sit right now
Yeah.
in the fashion world? I mean, you're looking at one of Europe's leading
Wow.
fast fashion brands. They have over 2,700 stores in 120 markets worldwide. And get this,
Wow.
a record-breaking 3.1 billion euro revenue just last year.
Those numbers are staggering.
Yeah.
Especially when you consider his beginnings. Born in Istanbul, 1953.
Yeah.
Andic emigrated to Catalonia with his family and started out selling T-shirts to classmates in Barcelona.
Wow.
It's just wow. So how did he bridge that gap, from street hustling to a global brand?
It is a pretty fascinating trajectory. So he transitioned to a wholesale business, selling clothing in Barcelona's super vibrant street markets.
Okay.
And that's where he kind of had this pivotal realization.
Touché.
He said, instead of supplying others, why not own the retail experience?
Ooh.
You know what I mean? And that's how the first Mungo store was born in 1984.
1984, that was a huge year for Spain, right?
Yeah.
Emerging from Franco's dictatorship.
Oh, totally.
And there was just this feeling like a hunger for something new.
Precisely. And that timing, I think, is really crucial to understanding Mungo's success.
Okay.
I mean, Spain was undergoing massive cultural and economic change.
Right.
People were ready to embrace new trends and express themselves, and Andic totally got that. He understood that desire.
So he was in tune with what the Spanish consumer wanted at the time.
Yeah.
But what about globally? Did that same formula work internationally?
And Andic was very strategic about international growth.
Okay.
He really believed in maintaining a consistent brand name and a consistent image across all stores, regardless of the location. So that created a recognizable and trustworthy identity for Mango worldwide.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which is, something that his rival, do you know Amancio Ortega?
It was Zara.
Zara, exactly.
Everyone's talking about that rivalry.
Yeah.
Two fashion giants emerging from Spain around the same time. How did their approaches differ?
Well, both achieved remarkable success, right?
Right.
But their strategies definitely had different nuances.
Okay.
Zara, under Ortega, focused on rapid inventory turnover.
Okay.
And having a vast selection of constantly evolving designs.
Interesting.
So that appealed to a very trend-driven consumer.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Zara is so fast-paced.
Exactly.
What about Andic and Mango?
And Andic focused more on a curated approach.
Okay.
Fewer designs.
Right.
But a really strong emphasis on quality
Okay.
and sophisticated aesthetics.
Interesting.
He was targeting a slightly older, maybe a bit more mature, style-conscious shopper who valued timeless pieces.
Over fleeting trends.
Over the, here today, gone tomorrow trends.
That makes so much sense. Mango always has that effortlessly chic vibe.
Right.
But there's this almost mythical aspect to Andic's story. You know, his uncanny ability to just predict which items would be bestsellers.
Oh, yeah.
Was that just pure intuition, or was there a method to his fashion foresight?
That is what is so interesting about this guy.
Right.
People who worked with him said he would walk into a store, glance at a rack, and be like,
wow,
these are going to be the best sellers.
These are the ones.
Almost supernatural accuracy.
It's like a superpower being that connected to the consumer's desires and knowing what they're going to want next.
And anticipating,
It's almost like a fashion fortune teller.
Exactly.
Wow. And that was definitely a key factor in Mungo's growth.
Undeniably, yeah.
So we're this brilliant, intuitive businessman building a fashion empire. But I'm curious about, Andic, the man.
Yeah.
What kind of leader was he? What was his personal style?
From accounts of those who knew him, Andic was known for his audacious creativity.
Okay.
But also for his, unwavering commitment to making Catalonia a thriving hub for business.
Interesting.
He was described as a committed businessman who contributed so much to the region's economic growth.
Wow. And beyond his business acumen, there was just this outpouring of tributes.
Yes.
Highlighting his personal qualities.
Absolutely. He was remembered as someone with the finest human qualities, generous, and always ready to help those most in need.
Wow.
It's clear that he was deeply respected, not just for his business achievements,
Right.
but also for his character and the impact he had on the community.
Yeah.
Like, he was a good guy.
A good guy.
Yeah. You know, it's fascinating how those personal qualities kind of like weave their way into Mongo's brand identity.
Right.
There's like a sense of sophistication and timelessness that goes beyond just trends, you know?
It's like he infused the brand with his own values.
Yeah, totally.
And then tragically, his life is cut short in this hiking accident.
Oh, yeah.
He was with family members exploring those Montserrat caves near Barcelona when he fell down a ravine.
Yeah.
Devastating 100-meter fall.
100 meters.
Wow.
It's awful. Just shocking. And it really sent ripples through the fashion world, too. You had tributes pouring in from, like, major figures like Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, Catalan President Salvador Illa, acknowledging his, like, immense contributions, not just to the business world, but to Spanish society.
And even the Federation of Jewish Communities of Spain issued a statement, honoring his memory.
Right.
It really speaks to, like, the breadth of his impact.
It does. And it does raise the question of what's next for Mongo.
Right.
How does a brand so, like, intrinsically linked to its founder navigate a loss like that?
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
We often see brands kind of struggle when that, like, founding visionary is no longer at the helm.
That's true. But Andic's legacy, I think, is more than just his presence.
Right.
He built a strong foundation and a distinct brand identity that could, like, continue to thrive.
Yeah.
I mean, as of now, Mongo is still expanding, particularly in the United States.
Okay.
With plans for 65 stores by 2025.
Wow, that's ambitious.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how they adapt, to the ever-changing fashion landscape without their guiding hand.
And it brings up, like, a bigger point, I think, about fashion entrepreneurs like Andic and Ortega. They don't just create clothing. They reflect and shape, like, societal shifts.
Mongo's success wasn't just about offering, like, stylish clothes. It was about capturing that cultural moment in Spain, like the post-Franco era, a time of newfound freedom and self-expression.
Exactly. And Andic understood that craving for something fresh and new and exciting, and he offered it through Mango.
Wow.
His success wasn't just a coincidence.
Right.
It was a strategic response to, like, a changing world.
So while his story's, unique to the world of fashion, are there, like, broader lessons that we can learn from Andic's journey?
Absolutely. Think about the power of observation. Andic wasn't just selling clothes.
Right.
He was, like, attuned to the cultural pulse of his time.
Interesting.
He understood the desires and anxieties of his target market and provided solutions through his clothing.
Right. So it's about, like, problem solving.
Yeah.
But through this creative lens.
Totally. That's applicable to any field.
Right.
Whether you're an entrepreneur or an artist, understanding the needs and desires of your audience.
Yeah.
It's crucial.
And it's not just about observing.
Right.
It's about acting on those observations.
Right. You got to do something about it.
And Andic didn't just, like, analyze the market.
Right.
He took risks.
Yeah. Calculated risks. Calculated risks and built something tangible. He started small, selling those T-shirts.
Yeah.
But always looked for those opportunities to grow and innovate.
And he wasn't afraid to fail.
Right.
Every entrepreneur, every innovator faces setbacks.
Totally.
But it's about getting back up.
Right.
Adapting, refining your approach.
Resilience.
Resilience.
Yeah. And Andic's story kind of emphasizes that importance of, like, building genuine relationships, not just with customers, but with employees, partners, and community.
His success was built on, like, a foundation of collaboration and mutual respect.
Yeah. And we can't forget, like, all those heartfelt tributes.
Right.
Highlighting his generosity and willingness to help others.
Absolutely.
It seems like his values extended beyond just the boardroom,
It really reinforces the idea that authentic leadership involves more than just profits and market share.
Totally.
It's about creating a positive impact on the world.
Leaving behind a legacy of kindness and generosity.
That's a powerful legacy.
It is.
So after this deep dive into his journey, what's the final takeaway? Like, what's the essence of Andic's story?
I think this success isn't a destination.
Right.
It's a journey.
Right.
Andic's life was a tapestry of triumphs and setbacks, risks taken and lessons learned. But he remained true to his vision, his values, his desire to make a positive impact.
Yeah.
And that's what makes his story so inspiring.
It's a reminder that we all have the potential to create our own success stories,
Yeah.
to leave our own unique mark on the world.
Totally.
It might not involve building a fashion empire, but it will involve embracing that journey, learning from our experiences, and using our talents to make a difference.
Yeah. It's a powerful message.
It is.
Like, it's not about the scale of the achievement, right?
Yeah, right.
It's about the vision behind it.
And think about, like, the ripple effect that Andic created.
Oh, yeah.
His success wasn't just his own.
Right.
He lifted up those around him, employees, suppliers, the communities where Mango thrived.
Totally.
It's that idea that a rising tide lifts all boats.
Exactly.
Like, Andic's vision had this far-reaching impact.
And his story is particularly inspiring because it shows that, like, incredible success is possible even from, like, the humblest beginnings. Cool. It all starts with that spark, a vision, a passion, and then, like, the unwavering determination to see it through.
Right. And it reinforces that, like, true success isn't just about personal gain.
No.
It's about using your talents and your resources to contribute something positive to the world.
Right, to make it a better place.
Yeah. So as we wrap up this deep dive into the life and legacy of Isak Andic, what's, like, the one key takeaway that you hope our listener will reflect on?
That's a good question. I would say don't be afraid to dream big. To wholeheartedly, like, embrace your passions and strive to make, like, a meaningful difference in the world.
Right.
Andic's story, I think, serves as, like, this powerful reminder that extraordinary achievements are possible. Yeah. Even if you start from, like, the most ordinary of circumstances.
It's inspiring.
It is.
Beautifully put. And remember, it's not just about reaching the destination.
Yeah.
It's about embracing, like, the entire journey.
The journey, exactly.
Embrace those challenges that come your way. Learn from the inevitable missteps.
Yeah.
And never lose sight of, like, that vision that drives you forward.
That's what keeps you going.
And who knows, maybe someday your story will inspire others.
Yeah.
Just as Isak Andic's story has inspired us.
That's a thought worth holding on to.
It really is. Well, thank you for joining us on this fascinating exploration.
It's my pleasure.
Into the world of Isak Andic and the enduring legacy of Mango. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep striving to make your unique mark on the world.